Hey everybody, welcome to Modified. This is our fifth week of Modified Live, which is just crazy to think about. We all miss you, but today we have two incredible guests. We have Kevin Gordon and Jamie.
Hi.
You want to say hi, Kevin?
Hi, Kevin.
So Kevin, how have your cats been?
All right, so Lucy, which is my roommate's cat,
Okay.
she's been good. She's pretty chill. She does when she needs attention, though. She does scratch at your leg like it's scratching posts. So, but it's with love. Now Oberon, who is enjoying being able to sleep next to all of his favorite people. I actually have a story from yesterday. So he was in the pantry, and he came out and he had like stuff all over his face. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna go like brush it off. So he goes in the living room. I try brushing it off, and I just can't get it off his face. And so I look closer. He has an entire mouse inside of his mouth.
Oh, no.
And the tail is sticking out.
Oh, stop.
So I'm like, all right, whatever. You just do your thing. All right, you just do you. So he promptly lets it out of his mouth and chases it around the living room. And so until it gets under the couch. So I'm like, all right, I gotta scare this mouse out of the couch. I don't want it running rampant in my house. So I shake the couch, and that knocks over my folding table. And I'm like, all right, the thing is gone. And so I'm like, all right, whatever, this is fine. And so later I check it out. I pick up the table. Apparently I had flattened the mouse with the table. So me and Oberon killed the mouse with good teamwork. So we make a good team.
That is awesome.
Did you let him eat the mouse then?
He didn't really want to have anything to do with it at that point. He just wanted to kill it. We feed him. He just likes killing things.
I hate mice so much.
So on the lighter side, Jamie,
Yeah.
how are your amazing kids doing?
Well, one day when I was working in the basement and Walter was here, Genesis started a fire in our backyard. So they're doing great.
Okay.
They're really having a good time, unsupervised. But no, they've been folding laundry and doing homeschool and hanging out, reading books a lot. They're cool kids. They're savage.
So today we just have a couple announcements for you guys before we get into our amazing game that Eric has created for us. Once again, the evil mastermind of Eric Sheldon strikes. So we did a Netflix watch party last Wednesday, and we're going to be doing another one this Wednesday at 7 p.m. We don't know what the movie will be, but it's going to be pretty great. We're going to play Jackbox games on Wednesday at 3 p.m. On Friday at 3 p.m. And those are just, like online interactive games. Like if you ever play Quiplash, I love Quiplash, one of my favorite games. And then next Monday is actually our open mic night. So since we're not going to be able to meet and do an open mic night, we want you to take a 2 to 3 minute video and send it into your small group leader. And then we're going to take that video and we'll play it here on Modified on Monday night. I think that's going to be pretty awesome.
I'm really excited.
Really cool.
I forgot about it.
What
Send
do you
stuff
think?
in.
What do you think you'll do, Kevin?
Well, so, obviously I would play like saxophone, but I can't play saxophone because my sister-in-law has my mouthpiece and my saxophone is broken. So I can't do that, and I can't play the accordion because it's with a guy in Dansville. And I can't get it until the quarantine is over. So I don't know, I'll figure it out. But my talent with instruments beyond those are drastically less. So we'll figure out what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Well, I have no talent, so I will enjoy watching all of your talented videos on Monday. So right now we're going to watch some pretty awesome quarantine animal videos. I've really enjoyed the series so far. So we're going to watch dogs fighting over a chew toy.
Nice.
So into the final minute and all of in possession, but this is for
Okay, you guys are muted for the moment.
Are we, Willie?
Yep.
I know.
Actually, no, you're
both
not.
rather quick. 7.5 minutes. And perhaps a few signs of overconfidence from her rival, a bit of showboating. Needs to be careful. And there's the change from the classic hold, still placed on the outside though, great technique. And a glance at the youngster who shows little emotion, but her mind will be empty. 20 seconds to go now. Olive closing in on victory and that coveted prize of being told she's a very good dog. One paw to control and a switch. Now Mabel sensing this might be a chance, still waiting, still believing. And you wonder what Olive is doing here, only has to hold on. Going to the upright though, high tariff with no opposable thumbs, high risk at this stage. And it's gone and Mabel takes it. No mercy from the younger dog, who takes this victory just as time runs out. A famous win built on patience and sheer belief. For Olive, only thoughts of what might have been, but only herself to blame. She's given this one away, and that will hurt most of all. Bad dog. And sheer belief.
So, I don't know about you guys, but I absolutely love that. I love dogs and I love sports, so watching a sports commentator talk about two dogs fight for a chew toy, I thought it was genius.
Yeah.
So our next quarantine animal video is a guy hanging out with his cow, but it's kind of it's a dark twist.
All right, everybody, listen up. I need your attention. If y'all mess with my post while it's still setting, I'm gonna eat that one.
Veal for dinner.
So I love a good steak, and I can just relate with that guy so much. So I hope they didn't touch his post. So we are going to jump in to what's in the box, which well, we've done eating
It's
games.
the age-old question, really.
We've done eating games for the last 2 weeks, so Eric, with his darkened mind, decided that we should randomly touch things that we can't see. So Eric is going to bring our mystery box over, and we're going to get started.
Remove. Here, let me get the jelly beans from last week.
This is nice. I'm just making sure I can't see.
Okay.
There was a little gap. I'm a cheater if I can.
Okay.
There we go. I used to be a cheater, I should say.
So this is our mystery box. We cannot see into it. We're each going to take a turn sticking our hand into the box and, see what we feel.
See what we feel?
Feel what we
See what
Feel
we
what
don't
we
we
feel.
see. We're gonna feel what we feel.
Gonna feel what we feel.
And your feelings are real. Christoph,
All right, who's
let
going
down
first,
the
guys?
bar.
Kevin is.
Take
Do
number
we
one.
need to look
All right,
away? Or?
I guess I'm going first, so I'm okay with this.
Frozen 2, anybody?
This is fine.
This is fine. Olaf.
All right, so it's on a plate in the center.
All
So you
right.
kind of know where it's
I'm gonna
at.
give you guys a second to look at it, and then Kevin's gonna stick his hand in.
All right, I'm gonna use my hat so that
All right.
because I gotta stand up here. All
Go
right.
for it, Kevin. What are you feeling? Describe it to us.
What is it?
Oh,
Is it moist?
Oh!
No?
is it? Am I supposed to guess?
Yeah, you can guess.
Is this like fur?
Yeah.
What
Is
kind
it
of fur?
alive?
Is this
kind of
dog
fur?
fur?
Yeah, it's dog
It's
fur.
dog fur?
Hey, I'm pretty good.
Way to
at
go,
this game.
Kevin.
Yeah.
Fresh from Ronin this very morning.
That's awesome.
Yuck.
Kevin.
It's-
Looks
It-
like a hairball.
It felt really coarse.
After your mouth
He has
story,
very coarse fur.
Oh,
You guys want to take a look?
It's a-
Look at that.
like,
Wonderful.
I'm so
Oh.
terrified of mice. I found a mouse in one of my boots once by putting my foot in it. And, I threw my boot down the stairs and I screamed, and then I called Walter. He said, "What do you want me to do about it?"
Carry your boot outside.
Oh, it was downstairs. I
I-
threw it
I
downstairs
ran over a
and the
mouse
mouse
with a
ran
foot
out of my
trap
boot.
Did you really?
Yeah,
Did you feel good after that?
It was
it
scary.
wasn't on purpose.
Oh,
All right. I guess I'll go next.
okay.
Jamie, you're not even doing
I'm
anything.
so
Why are you
nervous.
so tense?
At
Is
least
it
we don't
make-
have to eat
I feel
whenever
like it's
things are-
sloshing.
I feel like it's a lot of work to uncover it. It must be like Jello or something, or something.
It's
What did you
sticky.
do? Did you go like?
Something
you
This
go-
is the thing
did
is
you
that
grab
I
it?
went down and I felt and then I like grabbed
Oh.
and like it takes a second for you to register what it is. Yeah.
It's like soft and spiky at the same time. It moved.
Oh!
What is
That
that?
was
Is that like a
weird.
toe?
Toe? No.
Yeah, I feel like toes. I have no idea what
There's
this
no
is.
person over here.
It's like a stuffed it feels like a stuffed animal. I have no idea.
It certainly
It's
does
got
sound
it's
like
got
it's
eyes.
It
I think-
eats mice.
I think. Okay. I feel like it's got owl eyes. Is it stuffed? Is it a stuffed animal owl?
Yeah. Well, I mean, close. It's an owl.
What is it?
It's definitely an owl. Like
A
got
Halloween
like
decoration.
Kraft
Yeah.
from next door.
Woo!
Well, I think I got it better than Kevin.
That's pretty close.
You know what that means, Jamie?
You get the bad one.
I don't know. Dog hair is pretty nasty.
Oh yeah. She definitely has the worst of the.
Just even hearing that was freaking me out.
It moved. It was like it was straight and then it like fell over.
I pretend like I like surprises, but I don't.
This one they really can't see from the camera. So Jamie, you have to paint us a word picture with this
Oh,
one.
great.
That's all right. I can zoom in though.
All right, let's see what we have.
Okay.
You can stand.
Oh my gosh. It's wet,
Oh.
cold, it's stuck to my hand. Ugh. Yeah, it's like a bowl of goo.
Okay.
Go on, get your
Get
hand
in
out
there.
of
You
here.
gotta like dive in there.
Get a handful.
Oh my goodness, it's so nasty.
What is it?
I don't even know. Oh, it feels like I don't even know what's that stuff. That's like it's like moon sand, but it's wet. You know what I mean?
I've never heard of that, but
No.
That's the
Okay.
stuff that you pour in the aquariums.
So what's your
Yeah, like
best guess?
Silicone-y thing.
Oh.
there you go.
Thank you.
What's your best guess?
I don't know, like a craft supply of some sort.
Okay.
So it's kind of like this weird gelatin stuff
Yeah.
that like turns water into gelatin when you're trying to fix your toilet.
Oh, I do know what that is. Yeah.
Hey, you
wanna
gotta give it a touch?
Oh,
Oh, that looks so.
Yeah.
The texture of that looks
Yeah,
terrible.
so
give it a
nasty.
feel.
I won't lie to you.
It's not like regular gelatin.
It
it's
actually
different.
feels kind of nice, but I wouldn't want to put my hand in it without knowing what it was.
yeah.
I think that's the
agree.
part that makes the game
I
scary.
agree.
It's not really what it is.
I think that stuff is used in like wedding decorations when they're like floating
Yeah.
things in it.
It holds
Weird.
candles.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want
It's
to touch
weird.
it.
Do we have to do this again?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
two
should
rounds
one
for
more
each of you.
turn.
There's so much
sure.
anticipation.
All
I'm
right.
having trouble
keep
breathing.
So whoever wants to go this time,
Kevin.
like you don't have to go in the same order,
All right.
but
All right.
You- I don't care. Go for it.
Is it a mouse?
Are we ready?
Yeah.
You should face the camera.
Oh.
Yeah, they want to hear you. They want to hear what you say.
What is this?
Okay, describe it for us, Kevin.
Okay, it is.
Is it wet?
It is wet.
Okay.
Ooh.
It's. Oh,
it
this is cat food, isn't it?
Smooth? No.
No.
Not
no,
good.
it's cat food. It is
What?
definitely cat
Hell.
All
You're
right.
so good at
Hey, I'm good at this. I don't.
Ew.
food. Yeah, it's called chicken soup for the cat soul. That's the
Oh.
official term for
Lick
it.
your fingers. Lick your fingers.
That's not gonna happen.
Now it smells.
Oh, it does stink.
I'll leave that for Oberon.
That's like worse than tuna.
You go home, your cat's gonna be all over you like, where you been?
I need hand sanitizer.
Bye, Kevin.
Bye.
All right.
All right, my turn. Please be not cat food. That'd be awesome.
I can guarantee that this one is not cast food.
Not cat
Cast.
food.
Not cast food. Okay, good.
It's not for the cast.
All right, there you go,
Can I
Brayden.
get a hint, Wally?
The last one wasn't for the cast either.
It's technically edible.
Technically edible.
So you're saying it's non-toxic?
Yeah.
Those are the
It's
specific
it's
words.
gotta be a banana. It's totally a banana.
It's not a banana.
Okay. It feels like a banana.
It's definitely not. Why are you squeezing?
Because I want to feel the texture.
I wish they could see Wally's
Is it like
face.
hot? Is it cold? Like what
It's
is it?
mild. It's like
lukewarm?
Mild.
it's definitely lukewarm.
Is it squishy?
Yeah.
Like it's a
Yeah.
peeled banana.
No, not that
No.
squishy.
Oh.
So it's unripe then.
But there's.
Are you sure the texture's a banana?
It feels like a banana. But you guys said it's not, so.
It's not.
All right. Any final guesses?
Think the fair.
The fair. It's not a pretzel.
No.
No.
I don't know.
All right. So
It feels like a sponge.
Think,
That's like oily.
think kids' meals.
Chicken nuggets. A hot dog?
Warmer.
Close.
Warmer.
A
Oh.
corn dog.
Yeah.
I gave him the answer.
It's,
Oh.
Corn dogs are nasty.
Kevin?
I actually like corn dogs,
Yeah.
but probably
I
not
like
after
corn dogs,
manhandled from Brayden.
That is true.
It's just sanitize
I didn't mean to
it.
squeeze it. Is this the cat one?
Yeah.
Oh, I want a new one.
1 hand sanitizing wipe per game. Forever. But
All right, this is our last one.
Final
baby.
round for Jamie.
Oh, great.
Is it the worst one?
No, I definitely think she got the worst one
I'm
last
done
time.
with the worst.
I don't think this one's as
Is
bad.
this the best
fish
one?
jelly beans are gone. Was that the worst one? I don't know.
There were some terrible jelly beans last week. It was
this is-
terrible. Okay, what are we
I
feeling?
don't know if. What is that stuff? Silly string? It feels like a pile of silly string.
Really? Is it
Not
cold?
Philly string. No.
No,
looks like the inside of a diaper.
Ooh.
Oh.
That doesn't even bother me. I have 3 children. It feels like silly string, only like flatter,
Okay, like a noodle?
kind of. It's like
It's like-
light and fluffy.
Is
but
it
it's
rubbery?
Like, yeah, kind of that rubbery, but light and
What are you thinking, Kevin?
weight.
I think it's a light, fluffy, rubbery noodle.
Noodle.
Yeah.
It's not noodles.
Not
Is it-
noodles.
Is it noodly or fibrous?
Can we get-
It's hard to break.
Let's
I mean,
can we get a clue, Eric?
Is this like fake dog poop?
It is a daily household item.
Ooh.
Really?
Daily.
Daily.
Really?
Is it wet toilet paper?
Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, gross.
I know that feeling from cleaning up the kids' messes.
Here you go.
Beautiful.
And
What was it wet with though?
Just water from
Oh,
the
good.
sink.
water.
Thanks.
Little spit.
Well, that has been What's in the
the
Box? So we're going to take a couple seconds and take that off, and we'll be right back.
We had some technical difficulties.
I clicked on it. No lesson bumper.
Well, no lesson bumper, but we are going to start our second week of our current series. Walter talked last week about working to, we're looking at the injustices in our world and what we can really do about them. And this week we're going to be diving into that message a little bit deeper. So I wanted to start by asking you guys a question. So have you ever been driving down the road and you're going like 70 on the highway and you see this old lady pulled over on the side of the road with like a flat tire and you're like, I should stop and help her change your tire. And then you get like 10,000 different reasons why you don't want to go talk to her and look really weird trying to talk to an old lady on the side of the road. Does that ever happen to you guys?
That happens to me almost every time I see somebody pulled over on the side of the road, with one exception, is that in the winter when people are stuck and their cars are stuck, then I'm always like, getting out and trying to get them out, unless I'm like I have to get somewhere. But I guess most of the time I'm just not that good of a guy. But I always assume that if they're there, somebody is already helping them.
Yeah,
right?
I'm totally with you.
So unless I saw them pull over, I'm like, okay, somebody is gonna help them. They're on their way,
Yeah.
and that's my excuse.
That's your.
My my thought is I know nothing about how to help people with car stuff. I'm the most helpless person when it comes to cars. So I would be less than helpful, I'd probably make things worse. So I just help them by moving along.
I feel both of those. I'm not great with cars, but also I'll be driving and I really don't want to be a weird guy to be like, hey, you need any help with your car while you're sitting here alone on the side of the road? It makes me feel extremely uncomfortable. So as we go through this lesson, I want you to kind of like hold on to that feeling of I should help, I see someone that needs help, but like I don't want to look weird. So since we're going to be talking about injustices today, like injustices big and small, what are some injustices that you guys see around the world in our common era?
Okay, so I guess for me, I guess there's a lot of injustice that really happens, but one thing that bothers me, I guess, is that people don't care about other people. I think they're very selfish, and so I see people that are like, I don't know, like looking down on other groups of people, because of how they are or whatever. Or they're so selfish that they don't care if this person is suffering, right? I guess it's one thing to like not take action, I guess, as opposed to like, just like literally being like, oh, I could care less about that person, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm in it for me, and, them going down makes me go up, so that's better. And I find a lot of people are like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Jamie?
Yeah, I notice like a lot of disparity in income, and so like that's something that really bothers me, and how like people who don't have as much are sometimes looked down upon, even if they like if they need assistance but they have something nice, they're like judged for having something nice, and you don't know how they got that, like if it was a gift or like they finally got a leg up but then it like was hard again, and like so I feel a sensitivity towards people who are just economically in a hard spot.
Absolutely. So today we're really going to be talking about, there's all these big injustices in the world. There's like slavery, and there is women's pay gap, that just like these big things that we see that are just not right. But today we're going to talk about the smaller injustices, the guy that you get Chipotle from, who you used to get Chipotle from, who's a high schooler and he gets bullied every day. Those smaller injustices that we can say like, I am against slavery, but what we miss is someone right next to us who's experiencing an injustice every day. So what are some injustices that you've been blind to at one point, but later on in your life, you learned about it, you became educated by a friend, or you just kind of stepped into those shoes, and now you like maybe even fight for?
I think one for me is mental illness, because like I've experienced anxiety and depression myself, and I'm a therapist, and so I help people all the time who are struggling. And I think something that I've learned along the way is like nobody chooses to have mental illness, just like you don't choose to have a physical illness, like, oh, sign me up for asthma, that sounds like fun. Like you don't just choose or which symptoms you have. You don't choose which symptoms of a heart condition or something like that. You don't choose which symptoms you have of something. And so I'm really like, I don't know, that opened up, my own experience opened up my eyes to like how difficult that can be, and it's not something you can just like muster up the courage to get over. You have to get treatment and have a lot of support.
For me, I'd say, reckless driving. I used to drive really fast and whatever all the time, and I don't know, I got some speeding tickets, and, I decided, maybe I should just, drive like a grandpa, and that's how it's been, and it's been working out pretty good. And, but originally I used to think like, well, I'm good enough, so, it'll be fine, right? Mm-hmm. And then I realized, like you can't always rely on what other people are going to do, you have to drive cautiously, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Walter was talking about last week, it's hard to go 70 when you could go 75. It's hard out there obeying these laws. It's not easy. So as we work through this lesson, well, the real point that I want to hit on today, and that I hope that we can find is we can't be a part of the solution of problems that we don't even see. So, you know, when you're driving fast, and if you just like drive fast and you don't think about it, there's no problem there. You don't see that problem. And much like your example, I never understood the mental illness until, you know, I was suffering from mental illness, and I was able to see how, you know, you can't, when people say like, you know, just get over it, like, you can't. You have to work through a lot to, you know, do the simplest things sometimes. So today we're going to be looking at the book of Matthew. It's a book written by one of Jesus' closest followers. And in the story that we're going to be talking about, Jesus makes a pretty big statement about how to address injustice in our world. So if you have your Bible right now, you can turn, if you have the Bible we use at Modify, you can turn to page 1009. Or if not, you can go to YouVersion. We're going to be looking at Matthew 9, 35 through 38. So I'll give you guys a second to turn there. All right, so the story we're going to be talking about right now is a story where Jesus is, you know, he's traveling through the land, and he's, you know, he's healing the sick. He is casting out demons, and he is just fighting injustice. You know, no one is asked to be born with a terrible sickness or with a mental illness, and he is going through the land and casting out demons and really helping people. So I'm just going to read Matthew 9, 35 through 38 right now. Jesus traveled through all the towns and villages of that area, teaching in the synagogues and announcing the good news about the kingdom. And he healed every kind of disease and illness. When he saw the crowds, he had compassion on them because they were confused and helpless, like sheep without a shepherd. He said to his disciples, "The harvest is great, but the workers are few. So pray to the Lord, who is in charge of the harvest. Ask him to send more workers into his fields." So what I really want to land on right here is this part, and I'm just going to read it again for us, is when he saw the crowds, he had compassion on them because they were confused and helpless, like sheep without a shepherd. So Jesus really laid out this three-part plan to how we deal with injustice. First, he saw the injustice. He said when he saw the crowd, so he acknowledged that something was wrong, and then it says that he cared. He cared about the people that he saw and the injustice that they were going through. And third, he acted. He acted as he asked his disciples to pray with him for the harvest. But for this week, I really want us to focus on the seeing part of the injustice. As you know, we can go through our daily lives, and even though that we're home alone or home with a family, and we don't see a ton of people right now, still on social media we see people and see what they're doing and see what they're going through, which is one of the most incredible things about social media, is that we're able to you know, just kind of share what we're going through and find some support there at times. So have you ever, you know, we used the analogy of, you know, like pulling over and helping to a lady, but have you ever been that person to pull over? Not literally pull over and help, but, you know, a friend is struggling with an injustice and you've been that person to step in and help them.
I gotta think about that for a second. I was thinking from the driving perspective.
Yeah.
I think I already answered that though.
Yeah,
so.
you did.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I literally have pulled over,
Yeah.
but not to help them with car problems.
Car problems? Okay. Well, tell us about that story.
Well, I just, when I see people walking and it's like really cold or it's raining, sometimes I'll like pray and then go around the block again to see like, just to ask for God's guidance of like, is this a safe person I could invite in my car? And especially if I have my kids, like I'm real careful about that. But like just to see if I can give them a ride somewhere. And it usually turns out really weird and awkward. And they tell me like some really crazy stories and stuff. But I'm always glad I do. Like when I do that, I'm always glad that I do. And I don't know. I just really have to put my trust in God when I do that, because I don't know who that person is, and like just trying to seek God's guidance in that moment. But yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, well, that's an incredible story of, seeing someone who may need help and may need to, have, God and Christianity invited into their life, and you're being that person who is seeing their need and being able to fill that.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin?
Yeah, so I guess answering the question from a literal perspective, I already kind of mentioned it, digging people out of ditches. And last year that definitely happened when we had the, negative 50-degree winter vortex or whatever they called it.
That's crazy.
And there was actually one day I was like sick of going outside, because every time I went outside, somebody spun out and they needed help, and so I dug like 9 cars out,
Really?
just in front of my street, or So, but from I guess not using driving or something like that as an example, at work. I work in a call center, so we get a lot of we got to deal with people, and so for some of our newbies, it's kind of hard on them because we have such a big scope, and even though they're knowledgeable, there's so many specific things that we have, right? So it's hard for them to know it all when you first come in. It's impossible. So, so a lot of people are mean and really really rude and just not okay on the phone, and it's I've had one of the guys in front of me, his I hear he's got a bad call and he's in a really bad mood, help him out, just let him know, like, look, man, they're mad at the problem, they're not mad at you, it's gonna be okay, like, now this is what you should do, right?
Yep.
And these are some soft skills that you can try to use to mitigate people from reacting, right? And try to guide them to not be so, I guess, angry, or how to de-escalate the situation.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, let them know you're on their side, So.
Yeah, for me, with an example of, I have a friend. He goes to Ferris State, and he's a freshman, and he decided to take way too many credits, which thankfully I'm not feeling right now. But I know some people have felt. Maybe you're in too many honors classes. I had friends that destroyed junior year because of that. But yeah, he's taken way too many classes. They're like all science classes, and he came home for winter break, and he was just freaking out. He was like, I have way too many classes, everything's too hard. And I was able to just, we went to Taco Bell, which, not my favorite food, but it's okay. I'm special. But we were able to just like sit down, and I was able to just listen to him. And I probably said 26 words as we talked for 2 hours, but he just needed to tell someone that his life really sucked right now. And after we talked, I was like, that wasn't even a conversation. I was so confused what happened. But later on, I was thinking about how, he just got himself into a jam, and he was feeling, the injustice of having too much work to do, and he just needed to talk to someone. And then after we had talked, he was like, no one else has sat there and just listened to me talk. They all wanted to get something out of me, and I was just it just hit me, I was able to show him that, Christians are different, and we act different, and we respond differently. And, I'm not perfect in any way, shape, or form, but God was able to work through me in that one instance that, made a big difference in his life, which was really cool to me. So, getting back to Matthew 9:35, Jesus really worked on, he put in stone these, see them, care for them, and then act. And this week we really want to work on seeing them. So our challenge for this week is for you to every day just pray, God, use me. Show me the injustices that I can help. Show me the people around me that are experiencing injustice, or maybe even it's the injustices that you're contributing to, because we don't always see the injustices that are right in front of us, and those are probably the biggest ones that we need to change. So this week we're going to work, our challenge for Modify is just work every day to pray and say, God, show me how I can fill the void between your love and this injustice that someone is experiencing or I am contributing to. Just show me where the injustice is. Just cry out to him, and I'm convinced that you're going to get an incredible answer. So with this idea of praying to God this week and asking Him to show us where this injustice is, I really wanted to know, how do you guys connect with God? Like, I've always struggled in my life to find like quiet prayer time, and like, what have you guys found really works for you for your prayer time?
The biggest way I connect with God is, and everybody knows this already, but if you don't, it's always the music for me. And so, especially, and the louder the better, right? And so that's why CIY is such this big experience for me, and statewide, and you just having all that. I guess part of it is that I'm able to really just belt it out there, you know what I mean? And so I could just really dig in, as opposed to I guess it's, I can't just sit at home and just scream. You know what I mean? I have to have an excuse to do it, and that helps me connect with God. I'll put it that's probably the best way to put it. It's an emotional thing, and that's just how we connect.
Yeah, COI just has an incredible, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just, it's different. Mm-hmm. It's just a different atmosphere, different times with different people. I'm totally with you with that. I enjoyed my time at COI, singing where I couldn't hear myself sing. Just to do it next to Kevin while he dances, while Kevin does the dance, and we love Kevin. So, how many CIYs have you been to?
I think 8. 8? No, 9. I'm
9
sorry.
CIYs.
It's 9,
That's incredible.
No, maybe it is 10. I went 2009 when I graduated. I didn't go 2010. I've been every year since. So I guess that's 10.
10 CIYs.
And only one is a student.
Pretend high fives.
No, they're Wi-Fi's.
Oh, sorry.
I still didn't get that. I need you to explain it to me again. But why is it a Wi-Fi?
Because it's like Wi-Fi.
Okay.
It's wireless. It's a wireless high five.
It's a wireless. Oh my gosh, I get it now.
Let's do the triple.
Yeah.
So triple Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
Okay, I like it. What about you, Jamie?
What's the question?
Exactly. What just happened?
What is this?
This is what happens in small group.
Is this a look into the senior small group right here?
Yeah, we're the worst.
Oh.
You and I, not the seniors.
Not the seniors. Seniors are good. Okay.
Yeah, they're very on topic.
So as we work this week to pray. What have you found is the best way for you to connect?
So I like walking. Like that's kind of, I don't know, something I've been trying to do a little bit is get out of the house and just go for a walk. And I remember when I was in high school, I would pray as I walked through the halls, like between classes and stuff like that. And it was just kind of like a constant conversation of like, as I'm moving from one place to another, as I'm going through my day, like just kind of being aware of like, God, who needs prayers today? Because I don't know, sometimes you can just tell when you walk by somebody like they're having a really crappy time, or like they just got a bad test score, or I don't know, like their parents fought that morning, or whatever reason it is. Like you can tell like somebody's having a bad day. And since we're not really with people right now, like, or that doesn't really apply to the situation, I think as you go is kind of like a thought with that. Is so like as you go on Instagram, send an encouraging note to somebody. As you go to Zoom with your friends or classmates or whatever, wherever you're going, to like pray as you go and try to keep that connection, whether you're doing dishes or you're visiting with somebody or you're just taking a walk.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, so I've heard a lot of people like they love to walk in nature and they love to be outside, which is kind of hard right now, but you can always walk around your neighborhood and pray. It's a great time. Yeah. For me personally, I found probably my most effective way that I feel connected at Modified. We did prayer journals where we would like take like 10 minutes and just lay on the floor and write out a prayer. And I found that, I don't like to write anything ever, but writing my prayers was like the way to go for me. So I'll go home and I'll write a prayer, and then I can look back like in 3 weeks and be like, wow, God, you really showed up for me. And I love that. I love having that cool history where I can just look back and see how he's worked in my life.
Yeah. maybe that will be my talent. Is I'll bring out like my journal from high school and like read it. Would that be exciting?
That'd be super cool.
Like my prayers from high school about how God fulfilled Walter from my husband.
Walter's a great guy.
I love him so much. Sorry, everybody.
He's all right.
Stop laughing, Wally.
Wally
It's not
loves
funny.
it.
Well,
Stay on topic, Jamie.
I
We
can't.
got time.
well, guys, I don't even know where to go. Just to come back, I believe that this week, as a modified community, we're not able to be here with each other, but we can still be together in prayer this week as we work to pray every day. God, show me the injustice in my life that I contribute to or that I can help. Just show me and lead me there. That He is just going to blow away every expectation that we could ever have of what's going to happen, what He's going to show us. Because, He's just above what we can do. And I really hope that you will join us in this as we work every day to pray. So once again, we can't be a part of the solution to problems that we don't understand or we don't see. So if we don't take this time and look at the injustices around us, they're just going to be there. And if we just leave it there, it's never going to get better. So let's pray. Lord, I just thank you for these amazing people and that form Modified, and this amazing time that we were able to join each other every Monday for about an hour and chat and play games and just remain together. Lord, I thank you for your provision, for allowing us all to be here tonight and to check in and just say hi. I am so grateful for Kevin and Jamie for joining here tonight, and all of our amazing students watching from their homes. I just ask that you keep us safe and keep us healthy, Lord. Amen. So we are going to watch a couple more videos and hang out for a little bit. So let's get to it.
Which one first?
The Puppuccino.
Yeah, that one has two. You want to watch the dog playing volleyball?
No, that's the second one.
Puppuccinos? Alright, here we go.
Dog in front of me is so excited for his coffee. I'm dying over here. I can't with this dog. So cute. I can't with this dog. So cute. Is that mine? Nope. That one's not mine. But Mom. Oh, that was his. Oh, there's Mom's. Got his car, his little puppuccino. Cause you're a good boy. So cute.
It's probably just whipped cream.
Well, I love dogs. I don't know what your favorite dog is, but I love a husky. Any kind of husky is the way to go. So we're going to watch another video of a dog. Kind of reminds me of Air Bud. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. Hey guys, welcome back. I don't know if you watch the Air Bud movies, but I watched every one multiple times. One of my favorite movies ever. So, we just have a couple of announcements with you guys, and then we're gonna head off to small groups. So, we really want to see you at the Netflix watch party. It's gonna be a great time. We always have a good time when we show up together, right, guys?
Mm-hmm.
You know, anything for Modified is a good time. We don't know what movie it is, but we want you to just tune into that this Wednesday at 7. Also, Eric's running another Jackbox games, so on Friday at 3. So show up, have a good time, play some Quiplash. You gonna be there, Kevin?
I'll probably be working.
Probably be working. Okay.
Never ending work.
Never ending work. And don't forget open mic night. We want to see your videos, see your crazy talents. I'm talking to you, Sam Kinney. You need to play something for us.
Maybe some Rubik's Cube.
Rubik's Cube. We'll have to get Dan Punzo to send something back in.
Joke.
Lydia, where's the recorder?
Beat poetry.
We need the recorder.
Beat poetry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Maybe Chaz will appear.
Chaz? I don't know. Chaz. I don't know if I want Chaz back. Chaz is an interesting character.
Sorry, Chaz, if you're watching.
Chaz doesn't.
We love you, Lundy. So
he's too cool.
Chaz is too cool for Modified Live. It's fine. I'm okay with it. So thank you so much for joining us, guys. We hope to see you next week for open mic night.